Today we're going to talk about connection and why having a connection with other human beings will help you with your financial situation. Well, what do I mean by this? Why would being around other people help me with my finances? Well, it's because if you are isolated, you isolate yourself, you're in solitude, you are basically with yourself all the time, and what happens in your mind is you talk yourself into poor and bad decisions because you have one way of thinking. I'm kind of talking a little bit about diversity of thought. Now, you have to choose your friends and your influences wisely. If you go shopping with people who are just spenders and they don't care about your money and they just want you to spend and enjoy life right now and, la-di-da, you're going to struggle because you're going to give into that influence of those other people, and you're just going to spend all your money, and then you're going to get home and be like, oh, no, I don't have any more money left. But if you have a mix of people, and if you have savers, on the other hand, if you have savers and you go shopping with them, they're going to say, no, don't buy that, don't buy that, don't buy that, don't buy that. And sometimes that's good, but other times you'll walk away with nothing and you're like, wait a second, I came here for a purpose. I came to buy this item or this thing. And if they talk you out of it, that's also not a good thing, even though we tend to glorify savings a lot more than glorifying spending. You need both. You need both, and you need both types of people in your life. So when you're choosing your friends to hang out with and you're choosing your influencers to be around, you have to be intentional about that. Being around other people is the key. Connection is the key, because they will bring in a different thought. They will bring in a different mindset, a different perspective that you may or may not have thought of before, which is why, again, isolation is not your friend. It's your enemy. Isolation is going to be the death of you and the death of your finances. It's a simple truth. You can actually be a hoarder and isolated, like the Scrooge character, right? You just more money, more money, more money, and you're all in yourself. Is that the life that you really want? Yeah, you might be rich, you might have a bunch of money, but that's the downfall of you, because you're isolated, you're by yourself. You need to get into connection with other people so that you can enjoy life, and you can also save, and you can invest in all of these different areas for a well-rounded life. We'll get back to the episode in just a second, but we wanted to give you a gift just for being here today. Thank you so much. We've got a 3-part video workshop absolutely free for you. This workshop is designed to help you get organized with your money so that you can give yourself a 10% raise. When you give yourself a 10% raise, you are going to have more money. And when you have more money, we will show you exactly what to do with that money so that you can get on the path to financial freedom and start living your life, your ideal life today. You're going to learn how to get out of debt. You're going to learn how to save money. You're going to learn how to free up money so that you can invest for your future. If you're unfulfilled with life, whether it be at work, in your personal life, or with your money, then this is the workshop for you. Visit sentinelcoaching.com/raise. That's sentinelcoaching.com/raise, or click the link in the description. Now, back to the episode. So when you're looking at what your ideal life looks like, you have to determine, what do I really want today and what do I want in the future? And then you get to determine, what are you willing to sacrifice and what are you not willing to sacrifice? So let's go out and enjoy ourselves today, but not at the expense of our future. And also, on the flip side, let's go out and not just save for the future and not enjoy ourselves today, right? There are those two extremes. Usually there's one of those two sides that you lean toward. I just want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it today. Splurge, spend. You only live once, right? All this stuff. And then you're ignoring your future. And then there are other people who are like, well, no, I've got to pay attention to my future. I'm really worried about my future, like what's going to happen. And so I got to save. And they end up not doing anything now. And then they look back 10 years, 15 years, 20 years or more. And they said, well, I didn't really do anything. I didn't have that fulfillment. I didn't have that life that I really would have liked to have. And now it's too late to do some things. It's not too late to do everything, but it's too late to do some things that would have been better to do in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So you have to have that balance of what do you want your life to look like today, but not at the sacrifice of your future. And then what do I want my future to look like, but not at the sacrifice of today. So you got to take those two things into consideration. And the only way that you can work through that is to connect with other people. So get in connection with other people who you trust, who love you, who actually want your best interest. Not that just want fun for you, but who are looking out for you, that can say, this is a wise decision, this is not a wise decision. And you don't just take their advice and follow it. You have to assess yourselves. That's why you have that connection and talk through it, saying, okay, well, what do you mean when you say this? Or what do you mean when you say that? Or, you know what, I see your point, but I can disagree here. You have to work that out. So connection with people who are not necessarily like you, that can be a really good thing. But connection. Connect with other people. Get in proximity with others. Don't just be isolated on your own self. Be open, be honest. Share your feelings, share your thoughts, share your fears. All of those things with other people who care about you. That is going to cause you to springboard in leaps and bounds ahead of what you would have been on your own.